Breathing slowly, pausing, and breathing out even slower. The intention here is more safety and joy, engaging, more worth, more deserving, more feeling loved, being loved, and loving. And most importantly, confidence with people. Allowing myself to be with, be loved by, and love more people. I welcome all the times my body and I have frozen. Of all the times I've frozen, what needs attention now? I allow and welcome recognition of all the times I've frozen. Recognize all that freezing as choices and habits, reactions and responses, nervous system, body, brain. I recognize all those frozen times, frozen choices, frozen moments, experiences, and situations. I recognize them as not evidence of being bad. All of this I release. I release from consciousness across all time, space, dimensions, realities, bodies. And by releasing from time and space, I release this from memories in the past and hopes, visions, fears, and thoughts about the future. Checking in with breathing, full breathing, pausing at the top, slow exhale. Is there any moment of freezing that is holding me back from wealth, health, vitality, bliss, purpose? I allow that. I allow myself to perceive it and receive it and feel it. I know that I'm safe now, safe to grow, and safe to contribute this. I have frozen, and that's okay. I was someone who froze, and that's okay. I'm someone who no longer and never again needs to freeze in those same ways. And so I release it all, everything it is, everything that caused it, everything set up and staged in my body and mind because of it. Release all of that from consciousness, from this body, from everyone, across all time, space, dimensions, realities. And now I receive the possibility, and I choose the possibility of flow. And with the possibility of flow, achievement of flow with people with regards to money and business and leadership and choosing, with people with relationships and bodies and fitness, with people navigating the world, so many different worldviews. And there's space for me. I achieve and receive space for me. And with that space, I feel expanded, smile, relaxed, amused. And I receive this with this body, in consciousness, in my being, across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Let's move on to fight and flight. Remember, fight is setting boundaries. Fight is the power of your no. Fight can be a good and loving thing. As well as a mistake. And flight, leaving, turning away, walking away, quitting, giving up, also saying no, is boundary setting, can be self-honoring, can be self-care, can be loving and good. And it can be a mistake. So I welcome all the fight and the flight and the resistance to fight and flight, to no and to leaving, that haunts my body, that holds back my life, that stops my dreams. Which parts don't I want to see, don't I want to remember and notice, but would be so valuable, so freeing? I'm ready for it. I know I'm strong enough. I've got the mental, emotional, spiritual capacity and resilience to receive, to allow, and to accept that fight and flight, that no, that leaving. As my body becomes aware of it and changes its state and rhythm, I allow my body to move with this like never before. Because I allow this more than ever before. I accept I have fought and I have run away and I have not allowed myself to fight. and I have not allowed myself to run away. And all that is so forgivable, which is why I forgive myself for all of it now. I forgive myself for all of it now, and allow myself to feel. I am someone who has fought, and I can accept that. And that can be a good thing. I can be proud of the times I have fought, and that was the right thing to do. Because I fought, I am worthy and deserving. Because I'm worthy and deserving, I fought. And because somebody was worth it and deserved it, I fought. And someone has fought for me because I was worth it and I deserved it. And I have fled. I have done flight. I have left. And there are times that was the right thing to do. It was the loving thing to do. In those times, I fled and I left because I was worth it and I deserved it. And I left and I fled because something was worth it and deserved it. I was worthy and deserving, and so I left. And people have left things for me, and they have left me because something was worth it. Let's get more specific. Some people have left things for me because I was worth it, and they deserved me. Some people have left me because there was something worth it, and they deserved it. And it was good and right that they chose that. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Pursuing our lives is such sweet bliss. I recognize the courage, the heart that it takes to leave, to let our relationship change because something is new that is worth it and deserving. And now I release all of this energy, emotion, thoughts, relationships. expectations and conclusions and mistaken understandings. I release it all from consciousness in this body for all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And all the times I failed to fight, that I was afraid, didn't say my piece, didn't offer, didn't sell or market, I release all that now. Release it all from consciousness, from this body, all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And all the ways and reasons I failed to flee, to leave, whether it was out of fear or not honoring my own self. All of that now. I release it all from consciousness, from this body, for all time, space, dimensions, and realities. Now, what's possible? How many possibilities are accessible? I have achieved freedom, self-love, and self-worth and deserving, all 10 out of 10, consistently, sustainably, with all the emotional ups and downs, and the choices of being human with other humans, and on planet with other beings. I've achieved that freedom, that power and purpose and bliss and blessing. And I allow the feelings, joy, happiness, sweetness, love and tenderness, I allow it all into my being, into this body, into consciousness, across all time and space and dimensions and realities. Finally, let's shift into social engagement or flow or play, being with. So how does my body respond to being with people, clients, people with money, people without money, people with ideas, people with different ideas, people with different backgrounds and worldviews, people with shared values, people who do harm, people who help, people who hurt. Breathe. Find a reason to stay, to show up, to expand and to rise. Be brave. Have courage. You're born for this. Take a stand for yourself to stay. Take a stand for yourself to act. Find that energy of fight. Activate and relax. Activate and relax. It's okay to activate. It's okay to relax. You can navigate these states. And now sort through all the people. Who are the people for you to serve? Who are the people for you to contribute to? Who are the people for you not to serve? Who are the people for you not to contribute to? It's okay to be activated. It's okay to relax, and anywhere in between. Find that fight energy. Take a stand for who you are and that you're here for your worth and deserving, for what's worth it and what deserves you. All those humans, all those beings, sort them into two categories. In your mind, see two groups. Everyone who is not for you to serve, not for your contribution. Those who will never buy from you or listen to you. Those who will ignore you. Those who will troll you and judge you. Those who reject you. Those who hate you, and worse. All spectrum, the whole spectrum of no. And allow them to exist and to be there. Accept that they're there. Can you accept that they're there? Can you still love them and stand for yourself? I love you and I stand for myself. I love you and I stand for something. I love you and I stand for this. Now look at the other group. The other group is all spectrum of yes. Yes, they are people for you to serve. Yes, they're people for you to contribute to, directly and indirectly. They're people who, even if they seem like they're ignoring you or rejecting you, they're also improving and advancing because you exist. Breathe and receive that into your body and being and consciousness. I receive this into my being and body and consciousness. These are the people, and can you believe it, who want what you have, who want access to you, who want all that for their own reasons, to advance their life, to accept themselves. Can you allow that into your being and body and consciousness without judging it as arrogance or narcissism or selfishness? Discern it as what you're here to do, what brings you to life, what gives you joy and bliss and blessing, and activates your power and your purpose. I receive all this into my being and body and consciousness across all time and space, dimensions and realities. And now, the group of the no, wish them well and leave them. I wish you well, and I leave you. Recognize that you're leaving them to fight for what's worth it and what's deserving, fighting for love and everything you hold dear and value. Turn to the group to serve and to contribute to, your impact group, the spectrum of yes. Those who want your leadership and courage, your empathy and your connectedness. They want and yearn for your ideas, products and services, your words, your speeches, your poetry and art, your actions, your creations, the way that you deliver in your style. They want your stories and your histories, and they want it in this life. They want it for their future. They want it because they deserve it, and they're worth it. And they are people with ideas and with money, and with hurts and fears. They are people you've judged and people you admired. Now, leave everything you need to leave in body, mind, and consciousness in order to show up and serve. I leave everything in body, mind, and consciousness so I may show up and serve. And I now receive these possibilities into my being and body and consciousness across all time, space, and dimensions and realities. Feel the activation and feel the ease, calm, and relaxation. The gentle, tender activation. The resolve and determination. The versatility and mindfulness. The magnetism and attraction. Abundance. Freedom. Feel the party and the jubilation of it. The celebration. How far you've come in such a short time. In your mind and heart, speak to this group. Share a message. Share your truth. Do it now. And let it be. It's out of your control now. The process has begun at a whole new level. Thank you for all the ways you've showed up. Thank you for all your adventures and explorations. Thank you for your service and contribution. Thank you for your goodness and your beauty. Thank you for your authenticity, your heart. Thank you for being so brave, persistent, and caring. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. Thank you for being epic, part of this universe, a fruit of this planet, and for being uniquely, divinely, wonderfully you.